that egg will not die. Like this is just really good to build off the team fight aspect. And if you're playing around that aspect of this draft, you're gonna play a bit faster. That does mean I expect the Arc Warden to follow his team, even if he's got the Midas Travels, which is standard. He's still gonna be helping out because you get so much. You just get so much durability in the egg with an Arc Warden game. It's always fun to see that combination. It's very fair, Mike. You know, like
It
when you're
is.
sieging high ground, it's very, very fair to drop that.
It is. Now, John, while we're waiting for these final banouts to come out, some people in the chat were asking about my shirt choice, saying that I was wearing the same shirt every day. First of
Mm.
all, how dare you insinuate that I've worn the same shirt every day? This is the second time I've worn this shirt on the BTS Pro Series Season 3. I do admit this is the second time. Not 2 days in a row, however. It did get washed, so everyone calm down. I'll have a brand new shirt on tomorrow, but bear in mind that all my shirts generally will have flowers on them. So, don't get confused. You've got to really pay attention to the different floral patterns, and you'll see that they aren't the same. But thank you for noticing, though. It's good to see that people are taking notice. I've got to
Yeah,
really
it
keep
does
me on my
stand out.
toes now. I can't wear the same shirt twice in a row.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Chat will know, Mike. Chat will never forget. In fact, I'm looking at chat now, and this is like 5 minutes in the future, of course. But remember that story I told last night about a certain word, Mike? That word has stuck to me, to some of the Filipino boys. So
What was
now
the word,
I'm known
John?
as by libog,
The bog.
nalibog. Yes.
I still don't know
Don't
what.
say that.
I still don't
Don't
know.
say it.
Well, why did you say it, John?
I mean, don't say it to, like, if you meet an actual Filipino, you say, "Hey, what's up? I know this word, libog. What does it mean?" They'll look at you weird. You don't ask.
Okay.
Well, you can ask, but just don't casually say it. I'll
Okay.
tell you after the stream where it's more appropriate, but right
Okay.
now, not quite the time for it, Mike. Not
Well,
quite.
make sure you just have your pronunciation right, because I don't like having other languages mispronounced. John.
Uh,
I know how you are with your own language.
yeah,
496
yeah, it's
Gaming.
not good.
Last pickup, John.
Not much reserve time left this wall. Zeus is the pickup. Like it, love it. Really ties in well with how global that Arc Warden can be. So you're never safe as a support now, Mike. And it's also really nice against Terrorblade, right? Like magic damage to rip through, but I cannot imagine this game being fun if you're in the support role, if you're the Venge or the Titan, even the Bat Rider. You get
Whew.
chased by a farmed up Tempest double,
Mm.
and Zeus has the axe. You're dead. You just sign off a check, tell them I'm gone, Just you're gone.
So, I was also looking at the VODs from last night. People were getting very upset with me about the comments I was making about the Arc Warden from yesterday. I believe it was Gabby. Some people in the chat were saying stuff like, I don't know
Yeah.
what this cast is talking about. He's only 1K, blah, blah, blah. Like, come on now. It's a broken hero. Stop. Just because your team's playing the hero doesn't mean it's not broken. It's a broken hero.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's something.
Yeah.
And well, 496. I think they're gonna make it exciting though.
Yeah.
This is a rather fast-paced draft, all things considered. Boom, pick up the Void Spirit, gives him a way of jumping to Zeus, killing him off, punishing Hung. But I think this draft overall, it's looking pretty darn good. Gonna be an explosive one for sure. Boom on their end are gonna have to play around that metamorphosis timing. Needs to really start melting those towers as fast as possible or as efficiently as possible. FBZ's blink timing is going to be important, and even hide. That's the one thing when you do run a sport tiny, you need that blink up to really start to maximize your presence, and that's going to be very important for Boom 496. I mean, it's just it's the Midas buildup for 458 and Hung's Ags. So those are the things to watch out for. Going to be a fun one to watch. And does everyone have this Tidehunter set, Mike? It's the same one where you can tell that his head's still there.
Yes, John. Yes, they
Bugs
do.
me.
You're not bugged by the low hanging belly thing going on.
It's a weird one too. It's like
It
sure
is.
you're like a Cthulhu kind of creature of the deep, but why did he grow a dad bod?
I mean, I
It's
don't
like
even know if that's a
he's
dad bod, John. It's really quite low hanging.
It's just low hanging. Yeah, it's like it's so jarring as well, right? When you've got the regular draft, it's still the normal Tide model, and then when someone picks it, they just turn into a bum. You know, just looks like he got homeless. He forgot to shave his beard. He's having a tough time, Tide. Tough economic times for him.
Aren't we all having a tough time, John?
Mm,
Weird times, 2020. Very, very weird
yeah.
year.
On the bright side, the year's about to be over. Right? It's insane.
But does it scare you as to what 2021 might have in store for us?
I'm hyped for the sequel. It can only be better. You know, the sequel's gonna be more explosive, more drama in store. What's not to like, Mike?
It's fair enough. Look at this. Look at this taunt, John.
What is that? Is that supposed to be a dance move?
I mean, it's like an old man dance move, I think. Arc Warden is pretty
geriatric.
old. Yeah.
That's fair.
That is what you sound like.
Oh, here we go.
Love these boys. Just on the chat wheels as well, as you tend to go. And just a quick pause for Boom. Doesn't look like too many issues for them. 496. There we go.
I need them to hold on for a second, John. I've got to get some betting odds up.
What are those odds, Mike?
Well, I don't know yet, John. I've got to load them up, but there we
you
go. There's a nice pause. Thank you very much for that.
Oh, this guy has no chill, man.
There is nothing.
Getting old, John.
Mm.
How's dinner, by the way?
We
Did you
are.
have dinner yet?
I rushed off. I had a piece of pork chop. I had ampalaya, bitter gourd. You know, bitter. You know the ribbed fruit. The ribbed fruit. That sounds so weird. The,
It does, yeah.
Bitter gourd. Bitter gourd. It is. You know what I mean.
Yeah, but why would you
before I
describe it
dig
like
myself.
that? Why wouldn't you just tell me how it tastes?
It's bitter and it's gourd. It's
Oh, you're just making it sound
bitter
worse,
gourd.
John. It's bitter and gourd. Thank you for that,
Yeah.
Jonathan.
Yeah, it is. It is. You know, it was good. It was good. It was quick. It was simple. And I washed it down, of course,
this
with my
guy has
favorite
no
energy
chill, man.
drink, Monster.
Oh. I'm still laughing about how you described the fruit. I'm not laughing at the, the monster moment there. I just the way you describe
Bitter
things, John. It's you have a way with words. You know that?
Yeah, a very bad way. You know, it's unfortunate, but I guess it's just not my forte, Mike.
No.
Ends up sounding a lot worse than it does. It's still, you know, it doesn't sound bad. 496, they smoke up early.
Gotta love to see it
Oh, but this spot again, Mike, on the ramp.
every time. Can they make their way up? Yes, he hasn't skilled the roll yet. The smoke is going to be broken, so now he goes for the roll, and he's going to run up, but they are ready to fight. The roll will not connect. How do you take this fight now? They're going to move on to 458. Makoto, he connects with the Aether Remnant, and with that Metamorphosis from Dreamer Soul, 458, he's forced to go for the magnetic field, but it is not going to help out. The first blood will be there for Dreamer Soul, but they won't stop. They want to go for the fight. Dreamer Soul, he's also going to die. Now Bombi goes down. Roll back in from our Earth Spirit. They'll keep going onto FBZ. He's trying to get out, but the gush is going to be there, so two more go down. Yassi and FBZ have lost their lives, and that'll be a 2-for-3 trade. Boom Esports coming out on top.
Oh man, that's what we talked about from draft 496. Is not a team scared of fighting. They don't care if they bleed heroes out. They will find some kills in return. 3-2. Boom is a bit happier though, as look at those bot bounty runes just left alone. No one wants them. Everyone just wants kills.
How sad. They'll get him. In the end, 496 will go ahead and pick them up. We'll get into the laning stage. It's a very explosive start. Unfortunately for Dreamer Soul on that TB, he did have to use the meta. So he won't have it available for another minute and a half in the laning stage. On the positive side of things, however, 458 was forced to go for the magnetic field first. So it's not like he has the spark rates to abuse.
Now, it makes it a bit trickier in this level 1. I think it's much more sensitive for that arc warden, but they look down bot. They're not stopping. They're jumping Dreamo Cell really early on.
Well, they know they can. He doesn't have the metal. They won't really be able to get too much damage off, as of course the TB has a very, very high armor. But they'll get as much harass as they can while they can. As, once that meta is back up, it's going to be impossible to fight back. And, well, actually, that BB going to cop a fair bit of damage. Yassi trying to body block and get that BB out of there, but he is running himself into a corner, and Dreamer Cell will be able to pick him off. And that'll be the second kill already for our Terrorblade.
It's a start you can only dream of, right? First blood going your way, finding the kill and land on the Tide. Now, level 2, and has Metamorphosis up in a bit. Gonna be a difficult gap for that BB to bridge. Has to watch his spacing here, because you're gonna look to apply that pressure. As, you know, the lane just gets harder and harder. Of course, we're gonna have to see if Yassi will have some space to breathe to get a rotation mid. Hung up against Mikado, Zeus against Void Spirit. You can already see Hung start to apply that pressure, but Mikado is taking the lead in terms of last hits. Really though, making Mikado work for every single one out of regen now.
Hung, it'd be very important to make sure Makoto does not have a good start to this game on that Void Spirit. So, we've seen Makoto over the past few days. He does tend to take over the game if you do give him the start he does require. And so far for Makoto, he is top of the last hits board. Not really struggling too much. And in fact, Hung getting caught by that Ether Remnant, and Makoto should be able to clean up though. No, the Fairy Fire is there in time. But it's a nice little play out from our Void Spirit. He'll have his bottle up as well.
Yeah, it's a lot of good pressure here early on. Of course, Hung is forced to buy himself an emergency salve. Oh, they latch.
Hyde gonna be there to help out. Hung, he's given up. He knows he's gonna die in the mid lane. Kodo gonna pick up the first kill in that mid lane. It's gonna be very, very happy about that one.
Yeah, just sets himself up for a snowballed start. I'm gonna have to see if he does get to pick up that mid rune. Up top, though, the one lane we haven't talked about. FBZ is doing okay. You can see Bombi trying to give space to 458. His last hit, not so hot.
Cell is going to be able to get the kill onto Yassi bot. He's going to make a run for it, though. John, that BB wants to make the chase and does have a mango to get mana for the gush. But Dreamer Cell going to kite him around, back in, and that he cannot finish the job. In fact, he is going to be the job. Dreamer Cell gets a double kill on the Terrorblade. That is the 4th kill of the game for Dreamer Cell. I don't think this is what you want to be doing. He's going to be getting a lot of influx gold coming in.
Oh yeah, just sets himself up for a really strong start. They're trying to do the same up top. FBZ and Hyde not looking good.
Hyde might drop, does, but FBZ will be able to Firefly across the ditch. He'll have a creep wave coming towards his tower anyway, so he'll be alright. Just get back to farming for himself.
Yeah, they are still off to a slightly rockier start for 458 compared to Dreamo Cell. Again, when he was forced to go for that spell build early on, hurt him just a bit, but they're starting to bounce back. They need to give 458 that breathing room. There's been a lot of hype in chat about 458 coming back. Just seems to be a lot of high hopes from the viewership. For the fans of 496, seeing their actual pause one is still set for a decent time on the Midas, and that's going to be the most important part. Have to hold out until that item's up.
Well, FBZ wants to go for something here. It's a lot of damage he's taking on that Bat Rider. He will pull the creep wave out of there, down towards the 5-minute bounty runes, and well, the damage he took doesn't really matter. He gets a full bottle back. He'll be just fine.
Yeah. Not as much of a scuffle as you'd expect, but you are still seeing Boom. I mean, 7-3 at the sub 10 minute mark. How many kills do you really expect to come out here? They're trying to zone Dreamo Cell out, but for the most part, I mean, Dreamo Cell's at 5. He's at a really good point, a level ahead of that BB, although he's going to have his 5 soon as well. It's not the zoning you tend to see from a Tidehunter. This is just not the pressured lane you'd expect, and every time Dreamo Cell has Metamorphosis, the Tide can't do anything. He just has to back off.
Well, I mean, it's 5 minutes in. Dreamersaw got 3 Wraith Bands up already and is on his way to the treads. And now Hyde with a great toss back on that BB. And he just can't get out of this, surely. He'll make a run. They need a few more hits. And yeah, he does actually run his way out. The brown boot saving the day for him. Hyde now going to run into Yassi, who will roll into him. Kicks him away. Kescute does connect with the magic missile, but they aren't going to keep going. Rather, they are going to pressure that T1 bot tower with the siege creep and the metamorphosis. And 496 don't seem to be able to stop this.
Oh man, we talked about the early timing of the meta and they just find it more.
They're TPing more in though. Hung, he's going to be there to help out. He just doesn't have mana on the Zeus, however. Bit of a missed TP out from Hung. They might just get Hyde on the Tiny. But this is not worth the time being wasted, and Hyde will die to the tower to make matters worse. So the gold is split. They'll have to run back to the fountain, and they've lost their bot T1 for the price of a Tiny.
Yeah, fantastic start for Boom. Just forcing so much movement out from 496. They only have a 1k lead, so it's not like they're completely shut out of this game, but you can feel the momentum for Boom. They've got additional map control. They're the ones forcing the movements out. They're the ones ready to go. There's a smoke out here as well. Mikoto and Hyde looking to reinforce that top lane.
Mikoto with a double damage rune. Be hitting very hard onto 458, and it's a lot of damage out. Now with the lasso, they pull him out of that magnetic field. He'll put another one down, but it may not matter, or maybe it does. 458, he's still running out of there, but no, Mikoto does eventually get the kill. Still, Thunder God's Wrath comes in. Now Mikoto dies. FBZ and Hyde very low in terms of HP, but going back in for the toss onto Bombi, they will get a secondary kill. Very close call from 456. It's not even done yet. Hung, he's joined in now, picking off Hyde onto FBZ, and they do get the Bat Rider. So not really too bad of a trade for 496.
Yeah, they come out on top, salvaging with 2 kills on the mid laner and the off laner. You're still upset about losing the Arc Warden. The Midas is almost there, just about 200 gold. But you'll take what you can get. 496 are starting to punish Boom's aggression. They are still buying space for Dreamocell. He's massively ahead, even compared to 458. So that's something to be wary of. He's very safe deep in the jungle. 496 has no easy access way of hunting that TV because they lack the additional control on the map. This is going to be a constant factor, as if they don't get the smoke rotations out for the TB, that farm will just keep escalating up.
It will. Working straight into that Manta style now, Dreamocell. There really is no way to slow this TB down unless you do start ganking him up. And even with the Midas out on 458, he may not be able to keep up with the net worth of Dreamocell. That TB, without a Midas, can just farm the jungle so darn quick that it can be very, very hard to keep up. Dreamocell is very set to escalate. See if they can find some rotations to make happen. For now, they're going to just group up bottom, maybe try for that T1 bottom tower.
Yeah, and they can get a pretty good shove going with 458. There's a group up pop with Boom. They're trying to go for the tier 1 as well. So trying to look for that trade at the 10-minute mark, but that BB, he's got Ravage. There's some good defense potential here for 496.
There is. Is he going to commit it though? He's posturing. BZ not willing to take the Ravage. We'll leave that tier 1 top tower for now. We are about to hit 10 minutes anyway, so you want to get those bounty runes up. Of course, FBZ will go ahead and fill up his own bottle. And now maybe they could just kind of return back into this top lane and try to go back and get that tower going. Problem is, you still do have to deal with that BB. Not to mention the egg from Bombi.
Oh,
Bot lane. Mikoto going in onto 458, who was alone and will drop. Yassi will try and turn back around onto Hyde and get some form of a trade, and they do with the Thunder God's Wrath. And he'll keep going now after Mikoto. Rolls back in, but a great dodge out from Mikoto. Still the Magnetize being refreshed. But Yassi got to be careful. No, he does get the kill. Great plays out from Yassi. Keskut, he was trying to run in to help out, but he might just be dead now to Hung. He'll run, he'll salve up, and looks like he will be fast enough to get away.
Yeah, again, the punishment for 496 to find these kills very worthwhile. And you're still not going to be happy that you're dropping that Arc Warden, but punishing and slowing down that Void Spirit is great and gives them a smoke opportunity. They're clumped up, but there's no one down mid.
They're going to run up top instead. Nobody's there either. So Yassi going to find out the hard way that there's going to be nobody around to really commit this smoke on. Well, Mikoto and Keskut going to have a go here at that BB. While he's not tanky, Dream Missile going to come in with the meta. That BB going to die again. And the kill will go to Dream Missile on the Terrorblade of all things. That'll be the 5th of the game for him.
Yeah, he's having a fantastic time. And he's just, he's just playing in the jungle. He still finds a kill for himself. 496. We talked about it, but they need to exert that effort to hunt Dreamocell. Otherwise, it's a free run for the TB. He's almost at the Manta. Now about 600 gold off the Ultimate Orb, then 500 on top of that for the recipe. And that's when the TB can really just start kicking it up. 496, we haven't seen that first Ravage, we haven't seen that first Egg. They should start to look at making use of that team fight potential they do have on hand.
496, they're just going to sit back for now. Realizing they are a bit behind. Need a bit more farm to actually get something going for themselves. I mean, you look at that baby on that tide, he's just struggled so much. Doesn't even have the Hood of Defiance up yet. Not even anywhere close. Just trying to get every single part of it. They do, however, have the Ravage. And with that, they might try to initiate onto the Batrider FBZ. And FBZ actually going to try for a TB play, but will not make it out. They do have the damage.
Oh, they get this smoke up immediately. Lots of pings, though. They know something's up here.
Of course, they did just get scouted out by the Thunder God's Wrath, so they know that they have vision. Might just be Keskut, the one to get caught out on the Venge. There's surely no way out for him here, as Hung is just way too quick on the Zeus. And that'll be Hung's 4th, or rather 6th kill of the game, but a dominating spree for him.
Yeah, it's going to help him accelerate into that Ags. He's about 2 parts off, so really good timings on the farm for Hung. Once you've got that Ags, you actually do have to be very careful as Dreamocell. If they catch you out, it's a short matter of just bursting you down with the Ags follow-up. Of course, you're seeing some space bought out for 458, working towards his Maelstrom, just a part away. And boom, their aggression has tapered off. They are smoked up with 2, but they're not really finding an opportunity.
I mean, the Spark Wraiths make it so hard, and there goes a roll in from Yassi, but he's going to get blown up. He was trying to take the Haste Rune away, and he did get it, but it does cost him his life. And with that, FBZ, he's had enough of waiting. He goes up towards that high ground. 458, going to spot him out with the Tempest Double. Just hide in the tree line and wait for the right moment. In fact, that right moment might be right now. Keskut, hang around. That BB still has the Ravage. The Boom Esports, looks like they're not too interested in this, but 458, they are. Flux into the Spark Wraith on FBZ. There might actually be FBZ just dead. Yeah, here's the Spark Wraith. Gonna follow him down.
That is what you sound like.
They do at least get something for their trouble.
Yeah, they have evened out the kill board somehow. 12 to 12, 15 minutes in, 24 kills. Mike, more than a kill per minute. Very even game in terms of net worth, of course, for Boom. That is mainly residing on Dreamocell. Not as clean of a split with the farm there. That does mean FBZ has been suffering. And that Batrider still making way into the Blink. And it's important for them to find that. They need a way to jump in, get the lasso off. Hide as well is pretty darn close, 700 gold. So once you've got those 2 Blinks up, you can keep that aggressive play up. They're just going to go for a shove down mid, but you can see 496 still have their teamfight spots ready.
They do. Ready to go. Here comes that BB. TP in on the Tide. Roll in from Yassi straight onto our Venge, and Kezcute has been left to die. They just don't want to fight into the Ravage right now. To make matters worse, if they did, there's a Nimbus up on Yazus, and oh, that is a great boulder smash out from Yassi, and he gets a silence off in time with the Ravage to fly out. It will be enough, and Yassi, he wants to go for more now. FBZ is going to be chased. Boulder smash does connect, and that should just be your Bat Rider dead. Roll won't be there, but another silence, and that'll be enough. Oh, Yassi, that is perfect.
Oh yeah, just biggest kills you could ask for, especially on Dream herself. Finally putting a dent in that TB. Perfect spacing out. That's the Ags effect of 496. You know, just having that global presence with the Zeus now, all the magic damage. And that's why you draft the Zeus against TB. You rip right through that armor. There's no options to fight in, and it's so difficult. 496, 3k lead all of a sudden off the back of that. Get the mid tier 1, so that jungle not as safe as it once was.
That certainly isn't. No, I mean, a 3k net worth lead to 496, considering how the game started for Boom Esports, it just feels like a miracle that they're ahead in net worth. And it's not the Arc Warden either that's giving them that net worth lead. It is a very even split between all cores on 496 that's making this happen. You can see Dreamer Cell, he's still top of the net worth board on that Terrorblade. But he needs more to be able to fight back. He's going to be working towards that Eye of Skadi. But you might want to go for the BKB first in this instance.
Oh, for sure. Just taking away the damage input of that Zeus, taking away the control that flies out is going to be key. You're not in any way near a pipe on any of your teammates here. Again, FBZ is off to a slow start. He still needs his blink. 700, 800 gold off in that for our Bat Rider. You will have your tiny blink up though. Hyde has the gold. He is just flying it out. So you've got options with your tiny to play around with, but look at 496.
Yassi again, finding out Kezcute, and with that Nimbus, he's just going to set up and he'll take the kill himself. Probably wanted to give it over to Hung, but doesn't want to allow a chance at him escaping. 458, meanwhile, trying to suss out this tree line, see if Makoto is still there, and well, he is, but they don't get the vision. Instead now, 496, they might be able to start pressuring this top tier 1 tower. They are feeling confident, and Makoto, he did get spotted. That BB with the Ravage will connect in time, and that is a massive pick-off if they can get it. Makoto still trying to buy more time, but no. He does go down. And that's your mid Void Spirit. It's well worth the Ravage.
Yeah, they find a big kill for that. They've been very conservative with the Ravage, but it pays off there as they are slowing down the pace now for Boom. 4k lead for 496. This really does imply that the farm distribution on Boom is just heavily skewed towards Dreamosol. It's all about the Terrorblade, and that makes it difficult. When Metamorphosis is down, your team can't do anything because, again, you focused all your money onto Dreamosol. It needs to pay off, and so far, he hasn't found his openings, although Hyde.
Mid lane, they do get the Avalanche toss off on to Yassi, and now with the lasso, he will go down, but oh, bot lane Dreamer Cell.
What?
Can't underestimate the Zeus's damage. Hung does do a lot of work, and that's a big pick-off. I mean, you lost Yassi on the Earth Spirit, but who cares when you're killing off the opposing Terrorblade?
That's not good news. Again, all of their eggs are in one basket, and that basket is slowly getting crushed here for Boom. You know, last I looked at Dreamosol, he was chasing a Tempest double down. I didn't think he'd die. But 496 again, find opportunities, make it work. They build up that lead, and it is just set to blow up even more because 458, he's about to finish up that Mjolnir. And once you've got that in the Arc Warden, that split push, it just skyrockets as even the kill potential goes way up for that AW.
Kezcute, be a bit cautious in that mid lane. Yassi, he's going to be up at top. He's going to see if he can find Makoto. I'll spot them out. Still staring him down. 8th the Remnant, not going to get him in time. So Yassi does get in there. Onto Hyde. They'll just go for the easier kill with the roll in, but Hyde going to go for a blink out of there. TP, not going to make it. They have the vision. Yassi will stop the TP in its tracks. With that,
clean pick off. It's not the biggest one, but again, they're the aggressors here. They're locking in that map. FBZ with a lasso.
5-8. Danger. They'll commit the egg, but he is already gone. FBZ dropping low. They'll kill off KezQ. And looks like Yassi wants to keep going. Makoto, he has no astral steps left. So roll in. Going to be on point from Yassi. Oh, and I'll tell you what, John. I mean, it's a great kill onto 4-5-8. But 4-9-6, they just seem to never be dissuaded. They always want to fight.
Yeah, it's just non-stop. And this lineup, I mean, from minute 0, they were ready to commit. They're not dissuaded when they're behind. You just throw bodies at the problem, and it works out. 7K lead still 14-21. You're looking mighty strong. They're going to have BKBs up soon, Mike. Yassi, actually just a recipe away for his BKB. And once he's got that on the Earth Spirit, he can really start to dictate how these fights go. No worries about control. There's 4-5-8 back with the double, with the Mjolnir, just machine gunning through these towers. And this is when it really starts to kick up.
Here we go again. Roshan has been started by Boom Esports, but they might not have time. They are aware on 496 that this is happening. Mind you, they do not have Phoenix Egg, so they're going to fight without it, but that BB jumps in for the Ravage, and Dreamer Cell gets blown up again. Now Hyde will be focused down on KezQ. He'll probably be next. Oh, Dreamer Cell, he just can't survive the damage of Hung.
Oh,
He has the BKB, but he had no time to react. The Ravage was just too quick.
I love it. 496, they're not afraid to commit. They find the opportunities. Boom has to reel it in. They've got to be able to match this pace, find their openings. They're just not. They're split up. They're not respecting that power 496 has. Their aggression is paying off massively. 11K lead, set to just grow. 4-5-8 with an Aegis. You're not going to be able to pick him off instantly. You know 496 will just TP everyone they have if you somehow catch 4-5-8. There needs to be a new game plan here for Boom. They just need to find a way to jump in. You've got this blink initiation now on your bat and you're tiny. You just play around that. I don't think you can sit back and farm. You've got to punish this aggressive playstyle from 496 by being just as aggressive and actually shutting them down when these spells are down. Like right now, that BB doesn't have Ravage. That is a good time for Boom to maybe find an opportunity, but they just can't.
Yassi having a look for Hyde. Clumsy net, not going to be out. Just going to keep going around. And John, I find this a very intriguing build on 4-5-8. He went for the Blade Mail. He just picked that up, and I'm wondering why. I'm quite confused about this one. I realize the Blade Mail is generally a pretty good item for fighting purposes, but it is pretty rare to see that out like after the Boots Travel Mjolnir, and the Minus for that matter.
Yeah, it's a strange order to pick it up, but I think it makes sense. It just makes it harder for Boom to jump 4-5-8 now, so he's looking pretty tanky, and when he gets the active off, that damage on Dream Assault's going to hurt himself. The lasso might burn themselves out. It's just even more to be cautious about.
He's rolled into the whole team, but they don't want to fight him. They think there's more coming. And they are, because that BB going to jump in now with the Gush, and has Ravage in 5. He'll start with the Magnetize. Hyde is definitely dead, but KezQ, a nice TP away, should make it and does. It looks like they are going to have to settle for only getting the Tiny. Kodo, he'll be alright. He does back off from that mid lane. And Boom, they have absolutely no will to try and fight 496 right now.
No, there's just no way. You're too far behind in the farm. Maybe once you pick up this Ags and Mikato, He does have the gold for it. So once you've got that up, you've got more options. But man, the farm on Hung. He's got an Octarine on top of that Kaya. Of course, he's had the Ags. He has so many spells coming out. He's going to be harder to pick off. The uptime on every single one of those spells now just even crazier. Like, look at Nimbus, 29.7 second cooldown, 35 durations. You could have potential double Nimbus on the tail end of the first one. Oh no, that's a big one.
Yeah,
Ricardo, he
Aghanim
lost the
Scepter.
Sax Courier.
Oh, that's terrible. The Aghanim Scepter being lost for another few minutes now from Makoto. That would have maybe changed the whole team fight had he had that. But now, well, Yassi, he's going to have a gander, see what he can find. He is making the roll in, and it's perfect onto the vent, so Kescute's gone, but they'll go for the lasso. Onto that Earth Spirit, and that BB, he's going to hold on to the Ravage. 458, he'll send the Tempest Double in, and... well, if you can hit him, he's got a Blade Mail, and if he's got Magnetic Field, you can't hit him. So,
Yeah,
I'm starting
you
to...
just can't deal with it.
I'm starting to figure out why he went Blade Mail.
Yeah, he just gets to do this. Creep skip as well. Low commitment. Good punishment from Boom to pick off Yahtzee. He is worth a lot. And at least relative to your own supports, he is worth a lot more. But 496, they just get the pull back. There's a Scotty up on 458.
FBZ.
It makes it more difficult.
They know where you are, FBZ. He's gonna get gushed, but he'll be okay. BB still wants to go. He did just commit the Nimbus, so it might not be a great idea. 458 has the Eye of Skadi up now. Missile still trying to work towards his. Oh, look at poor old Hyde. Look what he has to put up with. He's not quite dead, but man, that was close. One more hit probably would have done it. We're at that stage of the game now.
Yeah. Oh, they even tried to get the Nimbus snipe. Not quite on point on the Hyde, so miss out on that opportunity. But you can see what's happening here. If you get someone low enough, yell to Hung. Thunder Gods and Nimbus are ready to go. Lower cooldowns for the Octarine. You have got to be super careful with how far forward you want to go.
Kescue, don't die to the Tempest Double, sir. Tries to swap it in, and we are going to have a quick pause. As it looks like Dreamer has disconnected. Just fine, because that allows us to get some updated loot bet odds and see what's going on there. I'd assume 496 should be the favorites right now, but we'll double check. Yeah, they are definitely the favorites. About 3-1, just a bit over 3-1 in fact. Still good odds for Boom Esports though, right? Like, they're nowhere near out of the game. It's just that really frustrating part of the game where the other team has an Arc Warden with a huge net worth lead, and you don't necessarily have a way to deal with it.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. They don't have a way of jumping 458 anymore. I mean, they still can. It's just that FBZ and Hyde have not found those openings. It's been very difficult to catch the reel of one. And of course, you have to deal with this global nuking strategy they've gotten. And look at Kedscute. Just getting onto the Nimbus, and it's just so easy to pressure Boom into unfavorable spots. They're stuck at their high ground for the most part. They've only got one outer tower left, and that lead is just growing.
Oh, 458, he has a passive Midas. He's trying to look for a camp. He can't get one. Oh, this is the worst when you have a Midas and you can't get a camp to use. There we go. He gets one eventually. Top lane, they are going to try and make the play onto Makoto. Makoto does have a TP, but doesn't feel safe to use it. But Yassi is not... No, he gets the clumsy net off. Oh, Yassi. No, he does not. Yassi has been a real terror this game on the Earth Spirit.
Just on point every single roll-in. And, you know, he's set to get even bigger. He's building up the farm towards a Shiva's Guard. Once you have that, and his roll-in, the follow-up, it's going to be so hard to disengage. And Boom, they're just sticking together. They're farming that jungle as a team, trying to get what they can, and slowly try to bridge that gap. They can straight up buy the Scotty on Dream Assault, and they do. No buyback on him. Bit of a risky spot to be in, but their tier 2 doesn't look like it's going to be living for too long here.
No, it won't. That'll be it for that tier 2. And I'll tell you what, John, I understand why people watching the stream were excited about 458's return. 496 looks so powerful. I mean, up against one of the top teams in SCA right now. They are really giving it to him.
Yeah, definitely so. It's like Boom is just forced in awkward spots and they smoke up, but it's a Zeus. They spot the smokes with just Thunder Gods.
I'm just going to wait on the high ground. Temper Stubble going to run right past him. Can't break the smoke anymore. He's just going to have a quick look through the Roshan pit, just make sure nobody's there. So many Spark Wraiths blocking all the pathing. And a counter smoke now, but Hung. They can see him, and the lasso is going to be out. Now, can they win the team fight without Hung available? I don't think they can. They might have to disengage here as they are also going to lose their Phoenix. And Boom Esports might be finding a way back into this game.
Yeah, that's the punishment they needed. Catching out Hung first, taking out the Zeus, means that the TB gets to stand in front. Dream Assault's not under threat of being bursted. They were a bit declumped as well. Didn't have that BB around to throw the Ravage, so 496 couldn't really get the counter fight, and that's a nice big win for Boom.
While that was happening,
opportunities.
Look at the mid rack. Look at the mid lane.
Oh, beautiful.
That tier 3 tower at 100 HP now, thanks to 458 and Dream Assault. Oh, that's a great man to dodge on that roll, but he's still going to be in trouble. He gets rolled on once again. He needs that Sunder, but Yassi going to BKB up, and now the root is there, so FBZ has to be the one that gets sundered, but that means he's going to die, and Dream Assault's going to die.
That is what you sound like.
Oh, they're not done. That BB. Oh, Yassi, he rolls onto the Invis Venge TPing. He didn't even know they were there.
Oh, man.
Oh, he gets lucky with the roll and connects. He was chasing somebody else. It was Hyde on the Tiny.
That's the perfect feeling if you're an Earth Spirit player. And, you know, straight into the pit, 458. You can't stop this, man. Not without the heroes.
Oh, Mikoto. He wanted to at least fight Bombi at the bot lane, but Hung joined in and couldn't take the kill on the Phoenix. Like you said, that Roshan's gone.
Your options are shrinking down here, and we talked about the spikes for Boom, right? Like, the Ags and Mikoto was supposed to be a turning point, but it's not. It just doesn't feel like the opportunities are presenting themselves. And even if they tried to force something out, they smoke up. So Thunder God's Wrath, the Spark Wraiths help out too. They have to play this high ground defense perfectly. Need to somehow get the toss and lasso on the perfect targets, and then we're talking business.
Well, they've got a repair kit at 458. He's going to send the Temper Stubble up with a BKB now. Basically making it impossible to stop that Temper Stubble. Let's go on to FBZ for a bit, see if he can get himself a free kill, and well, he won't be able to finish him off, but he does get the tier 3 tower. Seems like that's going to be enough for 496. There's no rush for him. They've still got a 23k net worth advantage. They might even go bot lane to Mikoto. He's right underneath vision, so they roll in, but the silence is going to miss. Boulder Smash will connect. Mikoto won't take any chances. He will Astral Step out. Still trying to deal with the Temper Stubble in the mid lane.
See how much that hurts Dream Assault? It hurts so much. You're just trying to D-push, but because of that Blade Mail, you can't. It's gonna hurt you way too much at some point. And, you know, if you get low enough, Thunder God's Wrath, Nimbus on a lower cooldown, Mike, pain. All I see is pain.
Here we go again. To the high ground.
Very good.
458. He'll lose the Temper Stubble. Doesn't mind. There's that Blade Fell again. Oh.
Oh, where's the Thunder Gods? Oh, not low enough.
You got the Nimbus. You could try for it, but he's in the fountain now. Just the Arc Warden, right? Like, it's that one hero where you could just break the game in so many ways. There's so many things you could do to make it disgusting to play against. It's gonna go back in.
Oh. Oh. It's difficult, but Kezcute loses half his HP just for showing up. They've only got one charge on the repair kit, so you gotta be a bit careful.
Oh, Dreamer Soul, he got spotted out up at the top lane, and the TPs are coming in. Now getting hit by the Nimbus, but he is going to go for a TP and will be okay. 496 are just going to continue slowly sieging that mid-racks. 5-8, Flux out, and the Spark Wraith on FBZ. The Tempest double up. They're less than halfway there now.
Yeah, it's a one-man push, one-man show. That's
it.
all you need.
It's gone. Yeah. That was literally my reaction. Just wow, what a hero.
What a hero. Perfectly balanced there, Mike. No problem. Still.
Nope. Down to the bot lane, I guess, right? Like, why stop? If they can't stop you from doing this, then there's no reason to back off.
Yeah, and you've got the Shivas now and Yasi, so he's doing a ton of damage. And oh, there's that last repair kit to make it difficult.
Roll in, Yasi gonna go on to Kezcute with the Shiver's Guard. Now with the Boulder Smash and Silence. It's gonna be a nice easy kill, but a nice lasso out now from FBZ, holding down Yasi, but he is pretty tanky, and he'll eat the cheese and get himself out. Back to the tier 3 tower, which is getting taken down a lot faster now, because you have both the Arc Warden and the Tempest double, but now Dreamer Cell. He's got the MKB up, so that magnetic field is not as big of a deal for him. He should be able to fight back at the minimum.
Yeah, more options. Still have to worry about those team fight spells here. Ravage still ready, Egg still ready. Makes it hard to come in.
Yasi is caught Hideout with another Silence, and Hyde is netted up and will go down to Bombi. But now Yasi is going to be dropping as well on the Earth Spirit. So they get one down, but look at Dreamer Soul's HB. 458 with the double is making it hellish to try and fight back. And now Kezcute, that was not the swap, but they might be able to capitalize. There's your Ravage, there's your Sunder. 458, he's going to lose the Aegis. Meanwhile, Makoto, he'll go on the back lines and finish off Bombi, but he'll buy back. Now they go back in, DapBB just frontlining up against Dreamer Cell. They cannot sustain themselves. 458 is hitting way too hard, and now FBZ will be the double kill for 458, and that is a full team wipe.
Oh no, this is not good. They can rush the tier 4s. These towers just melt. No buyback in the Terrorblade. They're gonna have to buy back in the rest to stop this from happening.
They've got 3 heroes. Makoto's got to buy back and he'll expend it, but that's it. Kezcute going to be up in 5. There's a lasso out from FBZ. Can they kill off the Hung Zeus? No. No, they cannot. He'll survive. Makoto can't even stick around to try and get the kill. In fact, Hyde will be the one to jump in and take care of it. Here they come. Hyde in danger. That BB will be able to get the kill now. And 496. Well, they'll get the GG call. They won't even have to finish off the Ancient. Boom Esports, they know they've lost this game. And 496 will take game number 1.
Oh, in spectacular fashion as well. Boom! Caught unaware by that Arc Warden sliding through 458. He's one of those players, you just can't give him that hero. A spectacular performance for 496. With their full roster in tow, they are looking fantastic, and that's why the hype was there. Daddy 458 is back, and he's here to punish.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, if you are a fan of this team, by the way, and someone that was very nice on Twitter actually pointed this out, their Twitter page is a bit hard to find for 496, but they are on there. It's 496_Dota. So if you are a fan, maybe just go ahead and give them a follow, as that generally does help out these organizations. So yeah, they're on Twitter. Of course, Boom Esports is also on Twitter, but I'm sure you're very well aware of that. And you probably should be following them as well. Still, John, we'll be back in 10 minutes for our last game of the night between Boom Esports and 496. And like I said, should be about 10 minutes before we are back here. We'll see you soon.